I just stained this board yesterday with an ancient can of oil-based stain, and now it's time to move on to a top coat. This project is just a quick little favor for a friend of ours. She lives in a condo that's got one of those great big air conditioning units that sticks out of the wall, and she just wanted me to make her a board that can sit on top of it so it looks a little bit nicer, like kind of like an end table or a side table or something like that. So it might have plants on it or something, so I really want to use a polyurethane top coat, and I try to stick with water-based whenever possible, but that means we got the issue of putting water-based on top of an oil-based stained. And when it comes to paint, like painting a room, I know that putting water-based paint or latex over top of an oil is a huge no-no. But of course, that's house paint. When it comes to wood finishes, I have put water-based polyurethane over top of oil-based stain before. You know, if you can manage to read the fine print on the can, some of the cans will say that it's okay, provided that it really cures, like 24 hours for the stain. But in this case, the finish that I'm using, the polyurethane, is actually in this jar. I moved it out of the can a while ago because the can was degrading, so I don't have the fine print for that. And as for the stain, this is really old stain, and this doesn't say anything about it in the fine print either. But that's okay, because what I do have is some shellac. Provided that it's de-waxed, and this is, shellac is known as the universal top coat. That's because it can go over anything and it can go under anything. You can buy this in flake form and mix it yourself. I usually take the lazy way out and pick it up at the store. You can pat it on with a cloth or use a natural bristle brush. Do not use a foam brush. It will dissolve or something. I've never actually dared. It's alcohol based, so it needs to be applied with a natural bristle brush. This is going to give a little bit of ambering, just a really light bit. This is a super light coat, but it has a little bit of that. It dries super fast in like 10 to 15 minutes depending on heat and humidity, and in about an hour you can move on to putting on a top coat. So I went and had some supper. It's been about 90 minutes. The surface is pretty nice and smooth, but you still want to give some light sanding. Look for a bit of white powder. You can either vacuum it or just give it a wipe down with a rag before you move on. Now I reach for the foam brush. This polyurethane is actually meant for floors. I just happen to have some left over and it works just as well. Normally with the first coat of polyurethane, it's going to really soak in and raise the grain, and you're going to have to sand fairly vigorously. But since this has already been stained and then shellac on top of that, this is more like your second or third coat in terms of how it behaves. So it's not going to raise, not really going to raise the grain. You still need to sand between coats, but very lightly. I'm using 320 grit sandpaper, by the way. By the time you get to the third coat, it feels like you're hardly putting anything on because each brush stroke covers so much of the piece. So taking it from the top, I started with some white oak, planed it, sanded it to 220, put on one coat of stain, and then a day later I put on some shellac as a barrier coat, and then after that I moved on to water-based polyurethane. I've done 3 coats of polyurethane over the whole thing and a 4th coat over the top. You could stop there. It's a good finish, but there can be occasional little nibs because, you know, it's a wood shop, so dust will fall into the surface. And then I will take this, like a 3M pad. This is like the equivalent of 000 steel wool. And you take a little bit of water, and you just dribble a little bit of water on there. The water is lubricant to carry away any little thing, and then I just give it a light buffing back and forth. And then you wipe it off. And that gives a super smooth surface. And now it's ready for delivery. Okay guys, hopefully right now I'm showing you some video or photos of this thing being installed, and so you can finally understand just what it was, this weird thing that I was building. But otherwise, that's it for now. We'll see you on the next one.